hear me clearly? Raise your hands. Well, that's a good thing, because I'm about to give you the safety tips. Avoid the doors, please, on either side of us, because they are only latched. If you sit or lean on them, they're going to pop open. Now, if a medical emergency occurs, we can get you the help. Sitting in the first car behind me, just tap on the window and I'll get you the medic. Otherwise, if you're in the second or third cars back, the ceiling above you has a yellow strip. Press and hold that, and it sends a medical alert into the cab. Welcome to Africa. So you may glance to the left at East Africa. We'll be back to this in roughly 20 minutes because we're taking you to South Africa first. And each of the larger field enclosures encompass about 60 acres and hundreds of animals live together geographically. So where we appreciate the task and have been really appreciative of the successes in the past 47 years, our purpose being here is simple. We want to end extinction. That's our vision. But unless people get together in the communities to save the land and work together, that's going to be an incredible challenge. To have them in captivity is nice, but that's not the goal. Bringing up the numbers is, sharing them with 70 countries is, as we currently do in this non-profit organization to make a difference for the better. The island paradise is home to our great white pelicans, of course, on the Danube Delta. And we're over the hill to the main part of South Africa next.
Same one.
And on hills asked not to stop, so we won't. Now as we approach this section on the left, Sable Antelope, rust in color, are gorgeous. But that's a color that's quite functional. They live where it's green, in tall grassy savannas, and predators with limited color vision cannot tell the difference between that color and green. So what an effective form of camouflage that is. It's like putting the grayscale on your camera, so it is impressive to see. The way they sit facing different directions or stand doing the same is an alert circle. Those standing are the sentinels from a higher elevation and can see things coming. Either way, they keep an eye out, an ear out for predators approaching that way. But they look to a giraffe who can see for 2 miles as the neighborhood watch. And if the giraffe is on the alert, you bet everybody else will be.
That's cute.
These, by the way, are Maasai. Now up ahead of us, trimming a tree, with the head vertical like that, the giraffe can do it because of the ball and joint socket at the end of the skull. So as we mosey on down the road, hopefully it doesn't stop doing that till I can get you next to it. But there's a cart safari ahead of me, a small little golf cart type of thing with people in it that I can't push forward or scare them coming up on their heels. So I'll stop prior to that, give them a little room. Maybe they'll push on quickly and I'll be there to give you that visual. Now you get that view, hopefully, if it stays there. Now when it comes to ostriches, that flightless bird can run 25 miles an hour. Such a good clip, you know? They can also disembowel a lion with one swift kick, so you got to pay attention to those legs. And if they do want to disappear, all they have to do is put their head and neck flat down on the ground. When they sit down, they'll look just like a rock. Pretty cool. They are, indeed. Those little wings don't get them off the ground either, but they act like rudders to keep them straight up when they're cruising that fast. And no matter what, the youngest of our giraffe out there, maybe 2 of them actually, hand-raised by us, eating some of the alfalfa out of the basket. They are great friends. And still hand-raising them, as we do, one day they'll be elsewhere, passing on the lineage to their species. So it really makes sense. These shelters were created 2 years ago when it hit 117 degrees in July for shade. They don't like it. They like the trees. It's nice to see an environment that's conducive to their well-being and their ability to hide. These woodland dwellers may be at the very bottom, or, as I see on the middle hill, Roan Antelope checking out the view. Gorgeous animals. Maybe even one up close in a second near the feeder trough for you. Haven't seen them well all day, so we'll take full advantage of the fact that they got the biggest ears you can see from here. And this female might be giving us a little one tonight. And yes, females have horns just like the males do because they fight for resources, as do the males. The big ears are conducive to their good hearing, which they need in a dense wooded area. They're magnificent looking, the Roan Antelope. Let's stop on the bridge and see who else we've got. So that orange coat works the same way as the sable colored coat on Sable Antelope, disappearing in green to a predator with limited color vision. More of the Roan Antelope are making an appearance over here. Nice. Because the combination where many animals live together geographically is certainly something we can't go to the wild and see very often. But here it's a backyard and has been for us for 47 years. Certainly giving them a chance to thrive and get them elsewhere to breed. They can pick and choose their mates. That's not a problem. That's a good thing. We need it, they need it. Well, we've got the Gemsbok close to us, the Springbok in the canyon below them, and what a beautiful, beautiful first today, especially with the sun setting. Nice. Springbok being observed by a giraffe right now, like, why are you in this area? You weren't here earlier. I'm going to trim this tree despite the fact that your presence deters me from getting that close. Right? I know you. Yes, you are. Finding a leaf on the ground is a little easier to get, but it doesn't mean it leaves the head down long, because there's a lot of blood that pumps through that neck when they do. It's a precarious pose, too, if they're near water. Never know what's underneath there. So he's just making his statement to them. He probably couldn't care less to eat what's on the ground, but figures his presence will deter him from getting that close to his area of interest. Yeah, you'll climb in there and chew up the tree. I know you. Springbok may be tiny, but they've got a vertical leap of 8 feet they can do to alert others to an impending danger, so that's a good thing. Size like that may not be large, but very useful. But when you look in the skies above at birds that come to visit, some stay, it is impressive, and that's a little kestrel flying over us. How cool is that? Hawks, golden eagles, a lot more out here than meets the eye. In home, as we call it. We come from all over the world to do this, so we thank you for being the same mindset, saving what we have on this planet for the next generation to do the same. Will we see lions? That's another matter. Here on the right side. Yep. Real competition all the time, and we love it. Transvaal African lions, Boria, that culminates a perfect tour as far as I'm concerned. So let's get you to the station and on your journey to wherever. Wait till I fully stop. Your exit's on the right. Take the knob on the door, push it forward when I stop. The door opens, your exit's up front. Have a blast and be good to yourself.